I had a deep thought. I can't get over this master manipulation. You see it domestically all the time. Men manipulating women, women manipulating men, children manipulating adults. You see manipulation all the time, and it's learned through mastery, through the master. The oppressor's techniques are being used on the masses. People learn to manipulate other people, right? That's why you have the dominant and the subordinate, okay? The dome and the sub. And when you look at the world, when you look at it on a global level, always look at things from a global level. I can't help it. I can't just confine myself to a zip code. I can't just confine myself to a city. I can't just psychologically confine myself to a state. I want to see how this state weighs in its part with the nation, right? I want to see everything. And when you look at us from a global standpoint, and you have some people say, you don't know what shape the earth is. I do know one thing. I do know one thing. They have created delusional, invisible boundaries and borders. So if they have created boundaries and borders, and you don't have access to other parts, meaning the air, the ice walls, certain state parks, certain islands, if you don't have access to this stuff, that means that the only way to gain access is to take it by force or by control. Set your own rules and standards and laws. But as a collective, we abide by laws when in fact we could say, you know what, it's more of us than you, and we want to do everything that you do. We want to access everything that you access. And I don't mean access it in a destructive way. Like, you got people who like to do graffiti and mess things up that we want to hold dear to our ancestry as history. You know what I mean? As knowledge we can refer back to, right? Not that type of way. I mean, literally have access to things that people just was able to come and shut down. Like, I'll give you an example. They'll have a museum and it'll be full of information. But once they see you start accessing the information, they'll burn it down, right? Well, we as people, as the collective, should be able to go audit these people. Like, it's as simple as, hey, they're waking up, they're traveling, go burn the museum down. Like, we have to start being our own men in black. We have to be the watchers, the observers, prevent things from happening, but we're so busy working night and day, trying to rest so we can go back and work again, right? And we're not able to get ahead of the ball, even though they're 300 and 400 years ahead of us, right? Especially with technology, especially with anything dealing with devices. On a global standpoint, when you realize that we only have these continents, these 6 continents, that's it. Antarctica, Arctic, America, Antarctica and the Arctic, America, Africa, Asia, and what? Australia? That's all we got. Then you could start dealing with the territory of the air, the water, and the inner earth. And if you know how to use your Merkaba, you could start moving through different dimensions and universes. And if you're into quantum physics, you can start creating with your mind. So there's different levels and different degrees and different frequencies and vibrations, right? But when it comes down to this physical reality that we're on, that's being governed by a small group of people, some watchers and observers, once you realize that there's no more land, there's no more sea, no more water, no more air, no more space than what we have available, you would learn then that they took everything by manipulation and hostile takeover. They kicked ass, they killed, they murdered, they swarmed, they plagued. And you can't continue to operate and function on this level. You cannot continue to be aimless and mindless on this planet. You're going to have to take sacrifices by uniting with groups of people, right? You're going to have to start it. You're going to have to start circulating your money with your people. You cannot continue to ignore the signs. Nobody completely took over 100% by spells or sorcery. No, that's just the chant. That's just the incantation. They had to actually use physical motion, put people in motion to actually start manipulating the masses. Subliminal messages, billboards, TV programs. They had to do so much to get your mind in a function. They had to deplete our energy sources on the planet, the water, the sun, the moon, the vibration, the magnitude, the magnetism, the electricity. They had to alter our reality so that it would alter our vessels and minds. Okay? They had to put you on cocktails and chemicals and alter your state of being. Remember, you meditate, you do chakra alignment work, you cleanse and you detox to remove the impurities, to remove that veil that they laced you with. Okay? Remember, all the side effects that these people are getting from all these chemicals are real. Remember, back in the day, before they had sugar and jelly and jam, we were just eating wild sugar cane. We wasn't storing sugar. We ate stuff during the season that your body could burn it off, the season that your body could utilize it as a tool, as an energy. Now we're eating things out of season, and it's causing us to have issues, problems, health issues, side effects. Your body is smart. The vessel that we're borrowing from this dimension was created by a very important being or entity or energy. Remember, the ones that came from heaven to here borrowed the molecular structure of the planet and everything that was seated on it. When they came here, there was already living, breathing beings. They didn't put everything here. It's different stages. It's different stages. Remember, they're not, you know how they say you could turn lead into gold? Well, why the heck those people are not on their planet turning lead into gold? Why are they hoarding our resources? You understand? Why haven't they created their own planet, spaceship, organic spaceship? Right? So this is a playground. This is definitely a playground. And it's time that you realize that it's a playground. But know this, the technology and the smartphones and everything that we're using has nothing to do with the energy frequency technology that they were using. Like they could take a rock and metal and a crystal and make a laser, where we have to have this device and turn on this on and off switch to do things. They didn't have to do that. They didn't need all these on and off switches to have supersonic guns and stuff. That's man's technology. Back in the day, they had technology that didn't need all those switches. They was able to take the sound, frequency, and vibration and the tools and put it together, and it was able to bring out a certain energy, a weaponized energy or tool. So get a new mindset. Look at this place as limited, and you must collect what's yours through inheritance. And also, we ain't creating no more land. We don't have any more giant trees. You know, the land, the rock, the mountains are petrified giant trees and lava. We don't have any more giant trees. We don't have any more land. So when you wake up in the morning, you think about, you reflect, and you say, do I want to own land? Do I want to own property? Do I want to have group shares and own condos and high rises with my fellow tribe? Or do I want to sit around here and live in lack? And don't even affiliate with people that don't think on that level. Yeah, you can have your do boy and your do girls. But when I mean sitting down lavishly around people, if they don't know, let's collect resources, let's collect land, let's buy property. If they do not understand it, if they don't understand that we have limited resources. Remember, you could teach a person to fish, or you can feed them every day. And then you can manipulate them and control them because they're looking for you to feed them versus them feeding themselves. Now, how they are letting people buy up all the farmland, control the flow of the food and the prices. But not once have you got up off your ass and said that I'm going to buy some chickens. I'm going to buy me a few acres. I'm going to start growing my own food. Like, legally, you can say your job is not producing enough wealth for me to sustain a healthy lifestyle. Just a healthy lifestyle. We're not talking about all the perks with what you desire. We're just talking about a healthy lifestyle. You should then start organizing and investing that money into your reality, what it's going to take to self-sustain your reality. Food, clean water, clean air, shelter, protection. That's right. Everybody needs hammers and nails. They need protection. We're in a reality where a lot of people have been mind warped to the point that they would rather watch everything fall slowly over decades and decades at times, through generation and generation, instead of saying, you know what? Enough with waiting for them to bring food to my table. I'm going to do it for myself. Enough with them telling me about my own body. I'm going to research it myself. I'm going to study my body myself. I'm going to observe and study the other people around me. I'm going to use other people as controls to compare my life to. Get it together, people. All it takes is small groups. Matter of fact, there's a beautiful being that decided that we will purchase a property together. Another thing about this is about financial gain. Whether we sit on the property, lease the property, rent the property, flip the property. This person stepped to the plate and said, yes, let's go buy us some depleted homes that need to be remodeled, refurbished, need wires, whatever. Let's buy some homes. Let's buy some lots. Let's buy some lands. Let's flip it. And that's exactly what we are going to do. I've also decided that I would like to work in a group of 5. Okay? Me and 3 other people. Me and 4 other people. So we'll either be in groups of 4, 5, or 7. Okay? And we need to start now. Not later. Now. And we purchase as a group. And we go from there. And one thing about it, though, don't pay attention to these properties as if you're trying to live there. Or if it don't suit your needs. It suits somebody else's needs. We just got to get it up and going. So just know, everybody's trying to get the land and the properties. Whereas we're mind warped and we're trying to sell our inheritance for crumbs. When in fact, if we had to buy it back to spare us time and to spare our livelihoods, and that's the easiest way to operate versus just by force. Just remember, we were manipulated with a hostile takeover and subliminated. And remember, they had other melanated people from other countries pretend to be slaves so that they could enslave us into servitude. So it's now time to show that you being a product of war will cease to exist. Gain control of your life, gain control of who you are, and start now. Quit looking for handouts and start now. So there we have it. Unearth the magic. The truth will definitely set you free. Mwah.